Day 2 of New York Giants training camp, and it's already so much more action-packed. What is going on, guys? What is going on, 27 Squad? Welcome back into another video, and today we're going to be talking about Day 2 of New York Giants training camp for the 2025 season. We've got all the rookies back out there. A lot of them made tons of plays. We're going to get into all of it in a second. You know, we started off the day with some film of Jaxson and Cam Skattebo coming out, with Cam Skattebo wearing his helmet and Jaxson darts, as Dart signed some autographs, then grabs his helmet, and they do their little headbutt together. That was cool to see. But as always, if you guys are enjoying the content, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more content just like this. Also, I forgot to put the link yesterday. I'm stupid. Oh, what can I say? I forgot to put the link yesterday, but today I will put the link for the ESPN Pickem League. Make sure you guys join in there, so when the season starts, you're already in there, and by the end of the season, whoever has the most points will win a prize. First, second, and third place will win a prize. So make sure you guys hop in the league and just sign up now, so when the season rolls around, you don't have to sign up anytime soon. To talk about that Jaxson Dart pick 6 yesterday, I believe Jaxson Dart was asked if, you know, what did he see there, and Dart pretty much said that he did see him there. It's not like he didn't see him. He did see him there. He just tried to fit it in there. He tried to take a chance and experiment with how fast the league is. I'm going to say that's a good thing to hear. You know, that I couldn't take anything bad for. He is a rookie. He is a rookie. He is going to be experimenting, you know, what to do, what not to do. Practice is the place to do it. So I don't mind that at all. I'm not going to sit here white knighting for him. You guys know how I feel about Jaxson Dart, but I like his response there. If he actually did see him and he was just trying to fit it in there, then props to him for experimenting and not being, you know, gun shy. Also, we have an update on Malik Neighbors and that toe injury. Pat Leonard went on Twitter and talked a little bit about an update on that. Here's what he had to say.
Malik Neighbors' toe issue sounds like it could be a big concern. RoundTable did not exude confidence or shut the door on Neighbors' toe not becoming more of an issue. He said, listen, he looks good out there, but if he has a setback or if it gets too sore, we'll have to regroup with the doctors and talk about it. Now, I'm told that the surgery conversation would be more of an off-season thing for Neighbors. Right now, it's just more about if it gets sore, they manage his reps. The only problem is when you look on the field, they're already managing his reps, already responding to how that toe feels. So something to keep in the back of your mind, even though he's cutting on a dime, catching a touchdown pass after this practice, for example, against Paulson Adebo in tight coverage.
Hoping this is not too much of a concern and it's just more so a precaution, but it does seem like, as they're saying, I'm not there at practice, but it does seem like that they are putting him on a little bit of a pitch count right now. So I really hope that doesn't affect his play during the season, and it doesn't re-aggravate. I hope it doesn't flare up and get sore and you know, inflame in any sort of way. All right, we have a lot to talk about today, to the point where I don't even know where to start. We can start with Jaxson Dart, because a lot of you guys are here for Jaxson Dart and to hear everything about Jaxson Dart. He played a lot better this time around, even on one-on-one drills. He had touchdowns to 6 different players on one-on-one drills, and those names are Zach Pascal, Bryce Ford-Wheaton, Montrell Washington, Thomas Fidone, and Daquan Felton. I believe that's only 5 names. I think it was 5 touchdowns, as a matter of fact. But had those touchdowns, and then I believe threw a deep touchdown to Jalen Hyatt today during team drill. So that's great to see. So Jaxson Dart is playing a lot better. He did throw another interception, however. I believe this one was to Trey Hawkins, and I don't have too much video on it. SNY just put the highlights video on. I haven't checked it out yet, but there was somebody recording on the phone the highlight, and it does seem like he didn't come down with it all the way, but he did read it and he did pick it off. It just, you know, a matter of did he come down with it or whatever the case is. But I'll just notch it. It's practice. It's practice. Who cares? We're not doing NFL rules here. It was an interception for Trey Hawkins. Speaking of interceptions, we have another interception from Drew Phillips, the second-year player out of Kentucky, our slot corner. I believe this one was on Russell Wilson. If Drew Phillips is working with the ones and he's pretty much our only slot corner, I'm pretty sure it was on Russell Wilson. So there's that. Some more rookie action where Abdul Carter was just all over the place. And we knew that when the Giants drafted Abdul Carter, he was going to be a menace on this defense because he's not going to be slotted in one position because the Giants already have Brian Burns and Kayvon Thibodeau. And you always want to find ways to get your best players on the field. And Abdul Carter has to take up a spot no matter where it is. And you saw him all over the field during this practice. He completely demolished Marcus Bowe to get to Jaxson Dart. So he rookie-on-rookie violence to cause more rookie-on-rookie violence. So you had Abdul Carter completely steamrolling another rookie, Marcus Bowe, to get to rookie Jaxson Dart for a would-be sack. And then you see this monstrous clip, if you guys are watching it right now, this monstrous clip of Abdul Carter lining up in the A-gap, that, double A-gap pressure, it looked like, blitz right up the middle, just smashed right through JMS and got to the quarterback. So you love to see it. You love to see it. Abdul Carter is going to be absolute hell for opposing offenses. And I'm telling you, we got our own Micah Parsons in Abdul Carter. We have our own Micah. Russell Wilson throwing more touchdowns. He started off in one-on-one drills, throwing a touchdown to Theo Johnson, Darius Slayton, and Malik Neighbors. These are one-on-one drills, so typical, your backyard football thing where it's, you guys have done it when you were kids. You just line up one-on-one, and a quarterback just throws it when he needs to throw it. So there was that. I like to see the one-on-ones because it really shows the competitiveness and competition of these guys. You saw Malik Neighbors line up on Paulson Adebo. I really want to talk about Wan'Dale Robinson. They're finding more and more ways to use him, and you saw a little bit of kind of a hint of what they were going to do with him early on during minicamp.
Different quarterback. Do you think your usage will be a little different? Do you think maybe there's more diversification of routes for you this year?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely think I'll be moved around a little bit more. Might be outside a little bit more, get some deeper shots down the field. But at the end of the day, it's just going to continue to get open and just be a valuable target for our quarterback.
When he was interviewed and he kind of was smirking, kind of throwing subtle jabs at Daniel Jones, like now, they're so happy to have Russell Wilson and now they can expand the offense and he's able to do more things because Wan'Dale Robinson, he would go downfield and Daniel Jones wouldn't hit him. But now it seems like the Giants are and Brian Daboll is using Wan'Dale Robinson in the slot as more of a vertical sort of player. And this is the second touchdown now that Wan'Dale Robinson corrals. And this one was a one-hander into the end zone. So that's fun to see. And yesterday he had a touchdown as well. So Wan'Dale Robinson having a new role here is good for this offense. It really goes to show how much weapons the Giants have, and not everybody is kind of put into this box besides like Jalen Hyatt or whatever.
What do you say fuck me for?
Pretty much everybody else can do so many different things. It keeps this offense, dare I say, dangerous. And then during team drills, Russell Wilson threw another trio of touchdowns. One to Daniel Bellinger and two deep touchdowns to Darius Slayton and Malik Neighbors, respectively. So, again, Russell Wilson is playing out of his mind during practice. A lot of people are happy with his play, and I am. I just want consistent quarterback play, for crying out loud, for the Giants' sake. One connection I really am looking forward to seeing during the preseason is Jameis Winston and Greg Dulcich. Not so much for Jameis Winston because we kind of already know what he is, but Greg Dulcich is a guy that nobody's talking about at all because the Giants already have such a saturated room in that tight end room with Thomas Fidone, who they just drafted, Daniel Bellinger, who seems to be on the roster bubble, Theo Johnson, and Chris Manhertz. There's 4 tight ends already trying to fight for the roles there. I think the only one that is guaranteed is Theo Johnson. Everybody else, we don't know what's really going to happen. And then you throw in Greg Dulcich into the mix, who's a former second-round pick out of, I believe, UCLA. And he went to the Denver Broncos. He dealt with some injuries. He didn't have, the rookie career everyone expected him to be, but he's a fast, athletic tight end who is doing very well with Jameis Winston at quarterback. This is now their third touchdown they've connected for. 2 today, 1 yesterday. So that's what I'm really looking forward to see if he kind of shakes things up in the tight end room during the preseason and we get to see more of him. But Greg Dulcich is flying under the radar right now. Keep an eye on him. His name has been called or has been talked about in these articles quite often. On top of Abdul Carter playing out of his mind right now, Brian Burns and Kayvon Thibodeau are still screaming off the edge. I mean, they are constantly talked about, even going back to minicamp and OTAs. Those two were talked about ad nauseum. So I am really excited for this pass rush group. Of course, you got Dexter Lawrence back, but this edge rushing group, I think we're going to have a lot of reason to be excited about going into this season. So Brian Burns and Kayvon Thibodeau, barring injury, should be excellent going into this season. We had some pass breakups today. During one-on-ones, you had Tyler Nubin, who we got to see more of. I mean, we don't. This guy is like completely invisible during practices. We got to hear more of Tyler Nubin. Deonte Banks is starting to, come on a little bit. I think he performed pretty well yesterday. He was matched up on Malik Neighbors a couple of times, and they both kind of won and lost their battles against each other. So I'm happy to see that Deonte Banks is back to competing. And O'Donnell Fortune also had a pass defense in one-on-ones as well. And then during team drills, you had some linebackers. Bobby Okereke with 2 pass deflections. Also, Micah McFadden, the king, and Ty Summers getting in there for some pass defense as well. And you also have Cordell Flott, who poked the ball out of Malik Neighbors' hand. It was a really good play. Malik Neighbors had the angle, caught the ball, was turning upfield, and Cordell Flott popped it loose. Now it could have been it could have been a fumble, barring on what you would constitute a football moving up, upfield. And I didn't really get a good look if he secured the ball, but it could be a fumble or was incomplete pass. Either way, it would have not been a catch and progression for the offense. So good job by Cordell Flott staying in competition with Deonte Banks. I think ultimately the job is going to go to Deonte Banks, but I like having somebody that Deonte Banks can compete with, keep him on his toes, and constantly having the fire under him to make him perform all that much better. So that being said, that is pretty much everything. We had a lot to talk about. I'm already tired of talking. I'm going to edit this, put this up, and see what you guys think in the comments. If you guys enjoying the content, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel. We're going to have some more content coming up pretty soon based on specific players that I want to talk about. And then when the preseason rolls around, we'll be doing tons and tons of film. Make sure you guys join the channel membership for more film related stuff, as I will not be putting them that much in the public because the NFL keeps taking the freaking videos down. So that being said, leave a like if you guys enjoy, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you guys next time. Woo!